Today we'll have a look at how and when to use the present continuous tense. Videos that you could see on our website and our YouTube channel. Use the present continuous tense usually when we talk about things that are happening right now or around the time of speaking. Here are some examples. John is busy. He's cooking dinner. It isn't raining now. Let's go out. What are you doing? Are you studying for the exam? In the last sentence, we talk about something that is probably happening now or today or tomorrow or this week or this month because we know that soon there will be an exam. So in this case, studying is probably something that is happening not really exactly at that very specific moment, but it's around this moment of speaking. The present continuous, very easy. To be, we add the ing form of the verb, like I am reading, you are reading, we are watching, they are watching. Very simple. Is done by be plus not plus ing, like I am not reading, you are not reading, they are not cooking. So you just add the not between the be and the ing form of the verb. Remember that you could always use the short forms of the be, like he's watching TV. They are very commonly used, especially in speaking. Questions and the short answers, again very simple. Am I asking a lot of, making a lot of noise? Is he coming tonight? Are they being silly? And short answers are yes, you are. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, he is. No, she isn't. And so on. You could also use the W what questions like what, who, where, how, and others. But you have to remember that you have to put them before the be. Where are you studying in London? You put where in the very beginning of the question, then you add the be, and then you put the verb in the ing form. Is not so difficult, but there are some specifics and you have to remember them. For example, if you have a vowel like I, A, O, or a consonant coming after that like M, P, T, you have to double the consonant. For example, swim, swimming. You have I, vowel, and then M, a consonant following. This means that you have to double the M. Another example of this, shop. O, a vowel, P, a consonant. And then you double the P, shopping. If a verb ends in E, then you just have to remove this final E and replace it with the ing form directly. Like take, you delete the E and you put ing instead of the E, and it becomes taking. Use, delete the E, using. If a verb ends in L, you have to remember that you have to double it. For example, travel, traveling. You double the L. If a verb ends in IE, then what you have to do is just to change this IE and replace it with Y. Like, for example, lie, lying. You have also another thing to remember. When you have verbs like hear, see, and smell, you can't use present continuous in such cases. Instead, you use can and can't. I can't hear you. You can't. Can you say that again? You can't say I'm not hearing you, even if it's in the time of speaking and you can't hear well the person in front of you. You can't say that in a present continuous tense. You always have to use the present simple with the can't. This same thing stands for the verbs know, understand, want, agree, believe, hate, love, remember. All these verbs are the so-called state verbs. Unfortunately, you have to remember all these ones, and to remember that in such situations, when you have these verbs, you have to use the present simple. Example, George really likes this game. You can't use with like a present continuous tense. You always have to use the present simple. Another example with understand. I don't understand the question. Again, you have to use the present simple instead of present continuous with the understanding with the ing form of the verb. Another way of using the present continuous is to talk about future arrangements. Like, for example, you are planning something to happen, and in this case, you may use the present continuous. You are planning a dinner tonight, and you say, I'm cooking dinner this evening. You are talking about something that is going to happen tomorrow, and you ask, what are you doing tomorrow night? So you have a plan, you have an arrangement, and you ask for that arrangement, and you use the present continuous. It isn't playing football. Tom isn't playing football this season, which means that this season is something that it's happening in the future, because the season is probably starting now, or it probably didn't even start. But you are talking about something that is not going to happen in this case. Tom isn't playing football this season. Why? Because he wants to concentrate on his studies. That's his future arrangement. Use the time expressions with the present continuous of future arrangements. And these time expressions could be tomorrow, this week, tonight, next week, next month, next year, this summer, or at the end of the month. When you have a changing situation, you may also use the present continuous. For example, the population of the world is rising very fast. Obviously, this is not something that's happening from now. This is not something that is happening this month. This is a process and it's changing. So in this situation, again, you use the present continuous. Is your English getting better? And yes, this is something that is changing in time. Probably your English wasn't good, but now it's getting better. And you say getting better in present continuous. There are few ways to use the present continuous. When you have something that you are talking about at the time of speaking, when you are talking about things that are happening around the time of speaking, when you're talking about something around the present moment, or you just have a changing situation. In all these ways, you could use the present continuous tense. I hope you liked this video and it was useful. You could, of course, see more videos in our website or in Facebook. We also, again, having all these videos on YouTube. I hope to see you soon.